Destiny 2, where we're going to be finishing off that Red War campaign and taking back the tower from the Red Legion and Dominus Gaul. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Where I left you last was, in our last stream, we visited the planets of Titan, Nessus, and Io, seeing what the three vanguards have been up to since the Red War began, and now we're going to be finishing off Io and then seeing what comes next. Let's check the quest marker to see where it's sending me. If it's your first time here to the stream, welcome. I do recommend that you check up on some of the previous streams so that you don't fall behind on the story after this one if you have issues with that. Now what it's doing to me again is it's forcing me to go to Io in order to do the next part of the Red War campaign, but because there's a story mission existing there from one of the later campaigns, it's forcing me to go into that one first. But as soon as we land, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that mission and go straight away to where we need to go.
Recon. There's a pyramid.
Let's see if I can
It's
turn
already
off.
disabled Rasputin. I'd lean on Eris's expertise, but we haven't been able to reach her. We both know.
So I've just turned off the subtitles purely because what we don't want is we don't want
her at the tower.
any
She's too valuable an asset to
any of the other
find
people
her,
sort of
Guardian.
ruining the story for us,
Bring her home.
because this is a much later time in the story journey. If this is your first time in the stream, give us a wave, say g'day, let me know where you're from, and what do you like most about Destiny 2 and the Destiny universe? Now, just while that's loading in, there was a question asked to me after my stream on Wednesday, and it was about the idea of these stats here. Now, this is something I haven't really gone too far into because I haven't really needed to due to the armor that we have.
Without a ghost. I wonder how that must feel.
Jump into the mission before they continue
Unnatural.
talking.
When I look at that ship. Eris, can you hear us? Eris. Nothing. Zavala, come in.
So as I was saying, every character has 6 stats that you can modify and customize along with your armor. So what that means is we've got mobility, which of course, your movement speed, your jump height, resilience, which is essentially your defense, recovery, how quickly you gain back health. Discipline is how often you can use your grenade. Intellect is how often you can use your super. And then strength is how often you can use your melee ability. Now, these fluctuate depending on the statistical alignments of the armor that you're wearing. So the reason why I haven't gone too far into these is because I'm still very much in the early stages of the game. So the armor that I'm wearing now will not be the armor I will most probably be wearing towards the end of this stream. So when I have a decent armor set, I'll talk about these a bit more, but essentially that's just a basic run through of what these are. Now at the moment, as you can see, I have a general sort of focus around the discipline and the mobility. Now that is normally what most people recommend for a hunter, because hunters are meant to be agile, so you want to be able to use mobility a bit more. And to start off today, I'm going to swap over to one of the other subclasses. So I'm going to use the bottom tree of Gunslinger here, which is the Solar subclass. And like always, if you're interested in the weapon loadout that I'm currently running, feel free, if you're on your laptop or PC, feel free to click on the overlay on the right hand side and we'll tell you exactly what I'm running in terms of a loadout. Let me chuck those subtitles back on for you. It always does that. I'm just chucking the subtitles back on because it won't force us, hopefully, it won't force us to do any other mission anymore. So if anything related to the story, we don't want to miss. Just a reminder, that blue symbol there is a symbol of what's known as a public event. You can do those for extra loot if you want, and extra armor and extra weapons. Oh, I want to jump off.
As we all know, Zavala plans to attack the Almighty.
Typical Titan idiocy. I'm sure he thought, Gaul has a Sun Destroyer. I don't need a plan. I'll simply headbutt it.
It's desperation, Asher. Zavala has forgotten he might die his final death. Head toward the heart of the energy mining operation, Guardian. We'll use a war mine, part of an interplanetary defense network, to scan the Almighty.
So if you need a quick refresher on who these people are, these are the Vex. So they're a AI sort of evil robot race that basically their main goal is to go to planets and turn them into machine worlds. And they all activate off a hive mind. So the good thing about this subclass variation that I'm doing right now is with my melee ability, it's a throwing knife. If the throwing knife gets a headshot or a precision shot and kills the enemy, I automatically get my full melee recharge knife and back. So it pays to be accurate with this one.
Gotcha. Let's find the drill controls and get it out of the way.
Just to recap as well, the weapon I'm currently using is a scout rifle with the added ability known as Dragonfly. The Dragonfly is ability where if I am to kill an enemy with a precision shot using that weapon, it creates a sort of elemental explosion around their body. Just like that. So it can damage all their nearby enemies, which is very handy to do when you're surrounded by a bunch of enemies.
We've got the power going, but the drill is still in our way.
Ha! What a gloriously irritating commitment to safety standards.
There has to be a manual override somewhere in that base.
Go play with the drill.
I find it incredible that those myopic Red Legion ignorami did not realize they were drilling directly into a war mind vault.
Stranger things happen every day.
So if you're wondering what a war mind is, we'll find out a bit more about those later on in the campaigns. But war minds are essentially automatic defense systems, AI defense systems of Earth.
You should hire a translator, Asher.
So the main one that you'll hear a lot about is a guy called Rasputin. And Rasputin is actually a lover of ballet, because he's Russian, and apparently Russians love ballet. These guys here are the Taken, so they're a mixture of all the factions in a sort of darkness form of themselves. So the significance of Io is that this is the last place the Traveler touched before, during its sort of like saving of Earth and everything. So the importance of that is it left behind a lot of raw Traveler energy. Now the energy of the Traveler is what gives us light, which is essentially our superpower. So the evil enemies known as the Red Legion are actually trying to mine that light to give themselves the light power same as us, essentially making them immortal and have the power of like supers and stuff like we do. So we obviously don't want that to happen. Because you can imagine Red Legion doing this.
Nice work. Let's find that override. I think we've got the drill going.
Good. Return to the drill site and get into the Warmind vault. I am eager to discredit Vuvuzela's plan to attack the Almighty.
Vuvuzela. As obnoxious as Ashimir is, he does come up with some good one-liners. I just need to figure out how to get out of here. Behind door number 1 is nothing. It's probably some very obvious exit that I'm just missing. Why is it telling me to go back up there? Oh, yep. Like I said, obvious exit that I was missing. And I just broke my own number 1 rule there, which was always look down before you jump so you know where to land. Do what I say, not what I do. Be careful if you're using things like grenade launchers and rocket launchers as well, because your own bullets can kill you. So the ability that says knock it down on the left hand side of my screen there, if I remember correctly, when I get precision shots, it allows my super to recharge quicker. Knock him down. Precision kills increase weapon stability and handling. Super does more damage. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Enter a trance of each hit, reducing the cooldown of your golden gun. So this one's good if this bottom tree solar for a hunter is good if you're an accurate shooter, because it makes your weapon stronger and allows you to hit your super back quicker.
What? Lift it up before it collapses the Warmind vault.
I don't think I got that last one. I'll fix that.
Finally. Let's get down to the vault.
Some of the subtitles I'm realizing actually don't match up to what they're saying, which is kind of hilarious. They have the general same vibe, but they don't say word for word what they're saying. Good going, Bungie. Where am I headed?
Ikora, we're on
There
our
we go.
way into the vault.
So if I fell straight down, I would have died. We don't want that.
This will be rich. I will ask Zavala, can you tell me in zetajoules the Almighty's expected destructive capacity? And he will say, no, Asher, I cannot, because I am a reckless fool.
Killing
Ignore
these
Asher.
moron.
Find the Warmind, reconnect it to the network, and we'll handle the rest.
The Taken Hobgoblins are annoying. When they die, they send out little bullets like that can kill you. And the goblins, the Taken Goblins, can actually, as you can see, put an immune shield on other enemies. So you have to take care of the goblins first sometimes. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Reconnecting to the Warmind network to begin a remote scan.
Yes. We can see the connection coming online.
Hang on, we've got Taken.
Where's the big guy gone? There he is. Dragonfly is going to be really helpful here, as you can see. I was a bit lucky to get a weapon that had Dragonfly so early on in the game.
How's the scan going?
Poorly. The Almighty is inextricably bound to the harmonic resonance of the sun's magnetic flux tubes.
Blah, blah, blah.
What?
If Zavala blows up the Almighty, it'll take the sun with it. It's time I rejoined my fire team.
I think it is about time, love.
Tell me again, Speaker, what makes your guardians worthy of the light? What is the price of such power and immortality?
Devotion, self-sacrifice, death.
Death. Explain.
Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. Sacrifice leads to death. So, feel free to kill yourself.
Devotion. Sacrifice.
Speaker charade.
Born an outcast. A runt. As is custom with the Cabal, I was cast aside and left for dead. I was was taken
This thing's
in
got a
by
brain
an old
head.
scholar himself disgraced, who saw in me something redeemable. He raised me, taught me, trained me, and in return, I would become a vehicle for his revenge against an empire that failed him, that failed itself. Rejection, ridicule, torment. It made me stronger. I gave everything to win not just acceptance, but glory.
Amen. I'm kind of on Gaul's side, but I want the tower back.
Speaker is the face of devotion and sacrifice. I will not take the light by force. To do so would be to admit failure. And I never fail.
Eh?
Now, do you see why I will be chosen?
I see now. I see all that you have done.
Our operation on the Jovian Moon was a success. Once the cage is complete, we will have everything we need to begin the process of extracting the light. Dominus, everything we've worked for is here, for the taking. All that remains is your word.
No. This is not the way, old friend.
But it is the way. The only way.
Not for me.
Technically, according to the law, there's no reason why the Cabal couldn't be chosen with the light. The Traveler seems to choose them, and the Traveler seems to only have chosen Exo, Awoken, and humans. So, technically, hypothetically, it is possible. But it's just very, 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 very unlikely. And the Traveler is a bit of a bitch, comes back with a vengeance if you do wrong by it. Look up some Destiny 1 stories and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's kind of like in the Bible, the Old Testament. The Traveler is Old Testament. I believe I just quoted religion then. Mother will be so proud.
So really what you're saying is, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't.
On the contrary, now that we are together again, we just might stand a chance.
The fact is, if we destroy that weapon, we will ignite a chain reaction that could send our sun into a supernova.
Well, at least we have each other.
I want the chicken.
Indeed. We all know what needs to be done. The Traveler must be freed.
I'm thinking the three of us and a big fat pile of explosives can get the job done. Look, I still have that Vex teleporter. It's got a limited range, so we'll have to get a little too close for comfort.
Then we get inside the city walls for it to be effective.
But without the light, an outright assault on the wall is doomed to fail. We could... There will be no coming back.
It's worth it.
How do we get in?
You know, the city wall is kind of like this barn. Plenty of places to slip in unseen, so long as you know how.
You sure you're not one of my hunters?
Not really into capes.
Clearly. Nice poncho.
You need to get your team
I want a
into
poncho.
the city without raising any alarms. My people and I can help you do that. We also happen to be pretty good at shooting bad guys.
Hawthorne, it's one thing for us to put our lives on the line, but this doesn't have to be your fight. You're not
A guardian? You think you've cornered the market on sacrifice? You forget that we've had to survive without the light all our lives. Once upon a time, that big white ball in the sky was there for all of us. I think it's about time we return the favor.
Lay down the law,
Guardians
sister.
or not.
That's great speech and all, but let's not forget about the whole supernova and complete annihilation thingy.
If we can't destroy the Almighty, we'll have to disable its weapon. And that means getting a certain Guardian on board.
We'll need a good disguise if we're going to fly right through a Cabal armada.
If it's a Cabal ship you need, there's a base nearby full of them. But it won't be easy sneaking in.
Oh, we're done sneaking. If there's one thing I've learned from Cade, it's the value of a grand entrance.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? Hug? No? No hugs.
That was definitely a hug moment. Zavala and Ikora let him down. Let's see if I got any new items. Oh, I got a new heavy weapon. A new sword. 1001. Oh yes. This thing here, Seed of Silver Wings. So what that is the seasonal ornament artifact. So that's something that you use for the storyline of this current season. And because I have 2 other characters that I've been doing the current season with, it automatically generates for the Hunter as well. And what it can do is that as you progress through the levels of the seasonal ranks, you can get different mods to put on your weapons, which I won't be doing for the Hunter today, because I don't want to ruin the experience. But if you get the season pass and do that first initial few quests, you can actually get the seasonal ornament and get the mods for yourself. So I believe this season that there's a particular focus on bows, particular focus on hand cannons, and maybe particular focus on pulse rifles from memory as well. But every season they tend to change.
Are all about symbols, right? Warlocks. So you Guardians are all about symbols, right? See you soon.
I believe I still had the same cape as when I first started. They should give me a new cape. Oh yes, this is the mission where we get to use a tank. Tank's actually really fun. So if you remember that little bulldozer I was using a few missions ago, this tank is like the next best thing. It's a bulldozer, but it can shoot things as well. Yeah, a good thing that Bungie have done with Destiny is that bottom left hand corner there, you can see when you're flying into places, it gives you some little tips and tricks that you can think about throughout the games, like it tells you about the vendors. You can go to forums at Bungie.net. Talks about currencies, bounties, arenas. Yes, that's another thing. Cross-save as well cross-platform save is a great thing that Bungie have put in as well. So, at the moment, Destiny 2 exists on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Google Stadia. So what you do is that if you have an account on any one of those and you swap to a different platform, you can take your save data with you, so you don't have to start from the beginning, which is quite cool.
Whoa. How special are we talking here?
Just keep moving. Storm the facility and board that Cabal carrier. No matter the cost, we must get to the Almighty.
So, Zavala, I gotta ask you something. When you told our Guardian friend here, and I quote, "I need Cade," did you, by any chance, happen to maybe cry?
Holiday, what's your status?
Let the record show. No denial.
Still a couple clicks out, Commander. This girl's heavy.
Open. I don't go this way. So the trick with the little shield ones is that you can either hit the center of their shield to stagger them, or you can shoot their foot to stagger them. But of course, their shield will be immune to anything else. Except the tank.
Got them a tank? How come I never got a tank?
You know you just break it.
There. Been a while since I've driven a tank.
Holler my way if you need another one of these armored beauties. Plenty more where that came from.
Now, at any time, if your tank's severely damaged, you can go on one of those spots, and you can get a new tank. Open the door. Yeah, the phalanx shield is immune to everything, but a tank kind of goes beyond that. Oh, something's shooting me. My little friend there. Those little things that are driving around, they're called interceptors. They're a version of the Cabal vehicles. But they don't come anywhere close to a tank. I believe this is where I get out. Oh, you missed the knife. I want my tank back. Like, at any point of this, you don't have to use your tank either. You can just hop out. But
That carrier's spinning up its engine.
I
Might wanna pick up the pace.
very much prefer to use a tank.
Lumos is on that carrier. He has what you need to infiltrate the Almighty. Move.
Of course the Red Legion have tanks too.
Might need to get another tank. No, I'll keep this one.
they've retracted the bridge. We're not going to be able to cross that gap.
Oh, your super tank can't fly? Oh.
Colossus are some of the most annoying enemies
That should
to
give us a way
verse.
across.
So, if it wasn't to give me a tank, why did you send our favorite Guardian to find me?
The high-risk, high-reward combat maneuvers can be effective and inspirational.
Well, yeah, but with a tank, they could be like a million times more inspirational.
The reason why I'm going across this bridge without a tank is because I wouldn't have made it, because that tank was on very critical health. And there's a new tank spot here. This is gonna be fun. Get that thing to that ship. So, just like the other tank, the trick is to knock out the legs. But I'm not going to stick around and try and do that.
Almost out of the tunnels and coming up on the carrier.
Good. The only thing standing between you and the Almighty is Thumos the Unbroken. He's a blood god, one of Gaul's chosen. The Red Legion will die for him. Why don't you help me with that?
They're shielding the carrier.
Give me my tank.
Wait, see those generators? We need to take them out if we're going to board that carrier.
Where are these supposed generators?
One generator down.
Gotta hand it to him, the ship's getting hit by rockets, and they're still managing to fly straight.
It's down, but the ship's about to launch without us.
Keep that carrier on the ground. Couple missiles up a tailpipe ought to do the job.
After this is over, I'll talk to Holiday about your tank.
Oh, I missed you too, buddy.
What is the next mission? Going to take on Thumos the Unbroken. This one's a fun one, I think, from memory. You get to actually go onto a Cabal ship and basically go crazy with it. Yay, I finally got the cape. That's not the one I was currently stuck on. I wonder if I'll break 1000 light level tonight. Let's have it. Very fashionable. Let's change up some of the shaders. Gonna pick the first shader I think of. Let's try some Aniline Shock. Why not? Blue. I like blue. Looking forward to get rid of that pink cape. There we go. So now I've got my Hunter all in Aniline Shock shader. Now just while I'm here and while it's loading, these are the stat modifications that I mentioned earlier. So the energy here, you can go anywhere up to the energy that you have, and of course use the materials that it says there to upgrade it 1 extra energy point. Now you can use your energy up by filling in the slots with different mods. Now, the empty mod socket, the first one on all the armor, is where you can increase your discipline, like increase any of the base stats that you are after. So if you're lacking in a particular stat or you want to make another stat higher, you can just use up the energy on one of these to make it 10 higher, which is beneficial if you're after stats. But there are other ones that are there that you can explore that you unlock as you go along that might be beneficial, like extra damage against rank and file enemies, extra damage against bosses. Like, there's some good mods there. You have to create a mod set and an armor set that works best for your playstyle.
I tell you to be careful, but that didn't help the last team I sent out.
Find the command deck, and you'll find Thumos the Unbroken.
And you'll break him.
Can't snipe me. They've got 3 shielded people in the same area. That's funny. That was a bad thing. Let's give it a more personal touch. Uh-oh. Oh, somehow I got out of that. Not gonna question it, just gonna let it happen.
The bridge should be above us. Let's find a console and dig up the schematics.
Bring on the tank.
Okay, I've got the map. Let's find Thumos.
No tank? Okay. Oh yes, when you do a strike, there's a strike for the arms dealer, which is based around this level as well. Where when you do that elevator, there's a tank that comes down.
Careful out there. The team I lost to Thumos, they were good people. Some of my best.
Our Guardian can handle it, Hawthorne. It's what we do.
It's what you did. Last I checked, without the light, you and me, not so different.
Ah, the door's sealed.
Look around. There's always another way in.
There's a vent somewhere. I can't see because the brightness is weird.
Checking the schematics. Got it. Use that vent. It should lead us back to where we need to be.
I'm not even anywhere close to it.
Wish I could be out there with you. Pull the trigger myself. For my team.
Your time will come, Hawthorne.
I'm counting on it.
Boo. These gladiators want to play swords. I feel like I'm going a bit better tonight than I was the other night. Which is good. I haven't died yet. Now that I've said that, I'm probably gonna die. Put it out in the universe, let's hope I don't though.
Almost to the hangar.
By now, Thumos will know you're coming for him. Expect a welcoming party in there.
Holiday, are you in range for an assist?
Oh, this is a good bit.
Gotta shake a couple of these red uglies off my tail first.
Cue Amanda Holiday. Where is she? She should be here now. Where's my assist, woman? Maybe she'll come when I'm over here.
Someone order back?
There we go.
Haha, you better run. Don't leave the door open if you don't want me coming in.
Who's she shooting at? Doesn't matter.
All right, Guardian. I've done my part. Now go take care of Thumos for us.
Here we go. Ta-da!
Phew. Got the key codes, and Thumos is dead. Checked and checked.
Excellent work. Now get to the base, find his ship, and get to the Almighty. We're counting on you.
You did a hell of a job, Guardian.
Dance time.
I'm gonna spread the word. Thumos is gone for good.
Looks like we're making good progress. So it's like, we're not even an hour in, and we're almost at the end of the Red War campaign, which is great. Welcome, Rustar. If anyone who ever watches my streams live wants to join me in-game to help out with some of the campaigns, you're more than welcome to as well. Just shoot me a message and I'll send you an invite. The offer goes out to everyone. Oh, looks like Rustar took me up on that offer straight away. Right, so let's jump into Larceny. So Rustar is with us now. Welcome aboard, Rustar. How long has it been since you've done Red War? Too long? So for anyone who doesn't know what they are, because I haven't gone into that part yet, the heroic stories are basically you can replay any campaign mission for greater rewards later, but at a higher difficulty. So that's something you unlock a bit later on down the track. I guess you could probably do that anytime you want, considering that you have access to the tower. But if you're following along with the journey like the journey I've been going on here, then you probably want to wait until you've actually done the mission first so you understand what the mission's about. But Ruster here is the clan leader of the clan known as Hive Hunters, which is also the clan I am a part of, and I believe Ruster is running his Warlock today. So you'll be able to see, you'll be able to see some of the Warlock in action for any of you who may be interested in that. So Ruster, I'm running a Tone Patrol scout rifle that's got Dragonfly on it. It was a lucky drop. Wasn't expecting to get that from a Red War, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, good, good. Just a little trick that you can do there. Not many people know you can use your Sparrow there and fly away from the enemies if you want to. Am I going the wrong way? Whoops. Okay. Because I just realized the quest marker is behind me. Because there's a strike called the Arms Dealer, which they make you do for so many different quests, which involves you going into that building there, which is why I just automatically walked in there. So now I need to go back to exactly where I started and go the opposite direction. Oh, don't want to jump in there, that's a ditch. Oh, come on, let me out. I'm stuck in a ditch. And I don't know if it's a ditch I can get out of or not. Like, there's rocks here. I apologize for anyone who is watching this stream or video. I assure you, I do not normally get stuck in ditches in such a manner. I'm coming, I'm out. They were trying. So Ruster's running a sword and the bow from the current season. The bows are basically my favourite weapon to use, but because I haven't got any on the Hunter yet, I will not be using bows until I unlock one. Now I'll let Ruster go ahead so you can see a bit of the Warlock in action. So what Ruster just did there was something called, was that a handheld supernova? Axiom bolt grenade, yeah. So I don't use Warlocks very often, so I'm kind of a bit rusty on my Warlock knowledge. You're using Trinity Ghoul, aren't you? So the bow Ruster is using at the moment is the community favourite bow called Trinity Ghoul, that when you shoot enemies with any weapon that does arc damage, it does chain arc damage to all enemies in the radius, which is very, very good at dealing with groups of enemies. and it's currently the community favorite weapon. Yeah. So does the Catalyst make the arc damage happen across all weapons, or just the Trinity Ghoul? Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I definitely need to get that. What happened? Oh, I got a Prime Engram. That's good. So Prime Engrams give you very strong gear. And we've got the respawn limited symbol up, which means that we're going into a very hard danger zone, potentially. And if we die, we have to get put right back to where the beginning of that zone is. But, because we're in a team, if I died, Ruster can revive me, and vice versa. That's the benefit of having a friend on board with you, because if any of you dies, the other person or the other two people in your team can revive you, so you don't have to go back to the beginning of that respawn limited section. So it pays to have a friend to play with. Definitely. It's good to have a challenge, but sometimes it does pay to have a friend, like when you're on very, very hard missions. No.
The way's clear. Now let me at Thumos' ship.
Great! This is
it is what it is. I think we'll be able to finish Red War by the end of my stream tonight, which is exciting.
Cover me. I need to figure out how this works.
Protect that ship!
So for this part especially, you want long-range weapons to try and keep them away from your loading zone, because they will fly over. Or you can just use the Trinity Ghoul and just zap them all at the same time. As shown in Exhibit A. It's basically the same effect as my Dragonfly, but much easier to trigger, and does a lot more damage to a lot more enemies.
Unlike someone I know, they can handle hostile technology.
Hey, that teleporter was all Vexy and stuff.
So we're about to have a lot of enemies come say hi to us.
Our plan relies on you. Destroy the Almighty's weapons. End the threat to our world.
Oh no, I left two engrams behind.
Final run on the city.
Just flying away and seeing 2 engrams on the ground is like the biggest heartbreak in the world. Like that postmaster, God knows how he gets through the war zones. Like, I'm gonna take the engrams and I'm just gonna keep him for you. He's the real MVP of this game. So let's bring up Ruster's loadout so we can talk a little bit about the Warlock. Alright, so this is what the Warlock Void subclass looks like. So at the moment, the Warlock grenades for the Void are Vortex Grenade, which does like a little on-the-spot control sort of area damage. Then we've got the Axiom Bolt, which breaks into smaller parts and can attack multiple enemies. And then Scatter Grenades, again, breaks into multiple parts and does multiple explosions. Warlocks have a very different jump. Their jump is more of a glide. But the fun thing about using a Void Warlock is that you have the potential to do a blink as well, which is very hard to actually control. But if you can learn to control it and master it, it can be very effective, where it literally just teleports from one spot to another. You need to, when you're learning how to use Blink, you need to figure out the distance that it teleports in order to be able to master it properly. It looks like Russ is using the Burst Glide here, which gives a strong push off the ground, which is what you want in when you're facing enemies. Now, like the other classes that we mentioned, there are 3 different subclasses. So the one that Ruster is on now is we just changed. That's alright, so we can go over what you want. So Ruster is currently using the Attunement of Chaos, which is the top variation here. And now Ruster is using the Attunement of Conduction. So this is the Arc subclass for Warlocks. This one here is all about, with the 3 grenades, has the Vortex Grenade again, Axiom Bolt, which is similar, and then we've got the Scatter Grenade, which is same grenades, same jumps. Hold on. I think it's crossed over. Okay, so it's still showing the Void subclass, which is okay. So it looks like it's Arc at the moment, but it's showing Void things. Okay. So Nova Bomb is essentially, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z terms, it's essentially a giant spirit bomb. And you just throw it and it just destroys everything. It's really good super, I love it. But a lot of people like to use this middle variation here, which is called Nova Warp, which is a traveling super, where essentially you're teleporting, exploding, teleporting, exploding, teleporting, exploding. It's very, very effective in PvP related activities because it can kill Guardians in one shot. And then the bottom class variation here is the Hunger, is what's called Achievement of Hunger. And the great thing about that, it's got the ability known as Devour, where you can use your melee ability, activate Devour, which fully regenerates your health, and for 15 seconds, I believe it is, you can keep shooting, keep hitting, and keep regenerating your health over and over again. So it's very, very good if you're playing alone to use Devour, because it can keep you alive for a long time. And as I mentioned at the very, very first stream, instead of the dodge, Warlocks have something called a Rift. So they've got the Healing Rift or the Empowering Rift. So the Healing Rift, it does exactly what it says. Stand inside the Rift, you get healed. Empowering Rift increases your weapon damage while you're standing inside that area. So that's a brief look at what the Warlocks are like. They, like the Hunters, they have Solar, Arc, and Void. So this is the Void layout. So we'll jump into the next mission. So now we're jumping onto the Almighty and we're giving it a go. So I'm going to change from Solar now. I'm going to change, in the spirit of Void, I'm going to change to Void as well. Yeah, Void is quite good. Void is very good at staying alive. I've just equipped an auto rifle now. Cuboid. Nothing too fancy. It's a blue. Rockin' the blues, rockin' the blues.
Zavala's troops are already getting into position around the city. But they can't attack until we shut this thing down. So, ready when you are, partner.
That's a big sun destroyer. One thing I forgot to show you guys as well is you can actually put shaders on your weapons. So in the spirit of Adeline, of course, as soon as I go put shader on my weapon, it decides to start the mission. It does it every single time.
Good. You must find the ship's central core and disable its weapon system. Your best option will be to follow the fuel stream.
So this is the Void subclass where when I dodge, it makes me invisible. So it's very good at getting out of tight, sticky situations. And it also gives you an ability to actually get behind them and flank the enemy. And if you look at my radar as well, my radar is extended even further. So it's showing me what's called a precise radar. So I can see more angles of the radar to pinpoint exactly where my enemies are hiding.
Not yet. You need to disconnect the link between the Almighty and the Sun before it disrupts the Sun's magnetic field.
And everything goes boom.
I just love how casual Cayde is about this. The sun's about to get exploded and he's like, boom. But that's just very on point about Cayde. That's just exactly what he's like. So you'll notice that there's these yellow barrels and red barrels lying around some places. You can shoot those and they explode, doing damage to enemies, and that's called environment damage. It can be very, very helpful to do environment damage sometimes if there's a large portion of enemies surrounding one of those barrels. Because as you saw, the explosion's quite big. Where are you going? Yeah, I'm just watching you get killed by the ships. Surprisingly, you stayed alive. And you put all the enemy's attention on you, so thank you.
Guardian down.
Don't worry, I'll get ya. Stay there. I'm coming. So, I don't have to revive him. I can leave him there if I want. Or he can respawn himself after a period of time, but in the faith of good friendship, I will revive him. Because his Trinity Ghoul is proving to be very effective right now. You gonna start doing the piece of candy thing again?
Our forces are moving into position outside the city walls. Your signal will start the assault.
We'll get the job done, Commander.
Ooh, do I get to use another tank?
That tunnel
No, I
over
don't.
there should lead us straight to the central core.
Blade Carnival.
Blocked. I bet we can get the grinders working and clear this. It looks like the Red Legion are using the planet Mercury as fuel.
Strip mining the solar system? That's kind of impressive.
Where's the button? There it is. Oh, it's not a button.
Radioactive and unstable. Don't hold on to it for too long.
It's explodey explodey. Am I going the right way? Well, yeah, it hasn't gave me a quest marker yet, so oh, there we go.
Looks like the Red Legion use fusion cells to power their machinery. Let's plug it in. Get this thing started.
I want to go in there too. I'm in. Will it kill me? Oh, that's rude. I wanted to see what happened. Oh, that's right, there's a bunch of enemies that come try and stop it. But you could have dealt with those while I watched Sigil at work. I'm going in for the kill. Ah! That was a Nova Bomb. So that was a Nova Bomb.
Ore tunnels are clear. We can follow the.
You ever wondered what a Nova Bomb looks like up close? That's what it looks like.
These rocks.
And thank God friendly fire is not a thing. Because I would have died.
Zavala,
10 times
is
over.
in position at the city's perimeter.
There's still plenty of planet left.
I would have died, my ghost would have died, my ghost would have died. So this variation has the tether arrow, but it's only one singular arrow that stays in one spot for longer, and it does more of a tethering effect to anything that comes nearby. I personally like it because it traps them. Rather than having to shoot multiple, I just shoot one and then it's done with. See, that's a Warlock glide as opposed to my jump. And I believe the subclass that Ruster is on as well, you can charge your grenade to do extra damage.
Where we're going is out there.
Oh. This.
Stay in the shadows. The shadows!
So we're going to go to play. We're actually in front of the sun right now, which is fun. We have to stand behind these in the shadows to make sure we don't get burnt. Yeah, the first time you do that, you kind of like, what do I do? I'm getting burnt. Do I just leg it? What do I do?
You don't need our guidance anymore. If my journey ends today, then I face it gladly.
So Ikora, Cade, and Zavala are all getting ready to storm the city. So they're all getting ready while I destroy this. They can't start storming the city until this is destroyed, otherwise the Cabal will activate it and destroy our sun. As soon as I give them the all clear, they're going to go nuts. My quest marker's messing up again. Oh, it wants me to go up. So it wasn't messing up, it's just I didn't know how to go up.
Hawthorne says we're reaching our insertion point, and I'm not big on goodbye scenes. So, you do what you gotta do. Make it out alive, okay? I need someone who gets my jokes.
That's a priority.
See those tubes? That's how we get to the weapon core.
Oh, this is the fun part. But you've got me on your team now, we'll be fine. Be aware of your surroundings. Catch up, Rasta, come on. This is how big the Almighty is as a machine. Everything that the Cabal makes in terms of machines is huge. All of their ships are huge, all of their war machines are huge, it's crazy. Is that 2 tanks for us? 2 tanks, yay!
It's like they're begging us to blow this place up.
Oh no, it's Cabal interceptors. Good enough. Come on, open the door. I can see you crashing into a door and exploding.
Wow. That's... wow. The thermal exchangers. Take them out and the weapon will overheat. The vents are blocking our shots. Wait for them to open.
I'll wait. I've got enough of that time. Oops. You ditch your interceptor. Why is that? I don't want it. Because I always die when I'm in a vehicle from not watching the health of the vehicle. One thing I love about this game is the soundtrack. You can't hurt it without the interceptor.
Last one should be ventilating the core.
I'll be right, you've got it. You just worry about that core.
Temperature levels are rising, but it's not enough. We need to disrupt the core itself. A fusion cell. We'll use that to overload the electron reservoir.
Like walking on hot coals. And now here's the fun part. Don't ever stop when you're doing anything running on this game. If you stop, you die. Just keep running forward, no matter what gets in your way, jump over it. You don't have time to shoot anything. Just keep on running.
We're done here. Let's go home.
How'd you get in front of me? You run faster than me. You cheated. Yeah.
That's a good job, Colonel.
What's that now? 7 in a row?
Yeah, who needs the light when you got a fine feathered friend by your side? Am I right? Am I right or am I right? I'm right. Okay. Yeah, that's the rally point where I'll set up the teleporter. Zavala and Ikora should be at their marks by now.
Zavala, we're in position.
As are we. Ikora, ready when you are.
Copy. Fire in the hole.
They never have Sparrow warfare like this. It'd be cool.
Okay, let's go.
Zavala, we're coming around.
What's with you Guardians falling down all the time?
Where's Cayde?
If he's sticking to the plan, he's right where he needs to be. Now we just gotta get you and Ikora up there with him. Well, this changes things. I'll work on this. You need to get moving.
Ikora, Cayde is in place and I'm en route. Good luck, Guardian.
She's the real Guardian, let's be real. Without her, that'd be nothing. What? She has the same dialogue that goes on for ages, and she's never changed her dialogue. Oh, goal time. It's goal time. Got out, got out.
Go. The enemy attacks the city, and the Almighty is lost.
Lost? Explain yourself.
Laid waste by the very same Guardian that somehow managed to reclaim its power and has been humiliating our forces throughout this cursed system. You would know this if you hadn't been wasting your time communing with a machine and the creature who claims to speak with
Take care your tone, Consul.
My tone? Huh. We will fail in our mission to secure this power and deliver our people. For the first time in the glorious history of the Red Legion, fail because of you and your preoccupations. Look at your traveler, Dominus. The cage is complete. The time is now. Claim what is rightfully yours and take this power.
Tell me, Speaker, what more does the Traveler want of me?
Gaul, I speak for the Traveler. I never said it spoke to me.
Plot twist. He's a fake. He's a phony.
This fixation is over. You have already been chosen, not by some inert machine, but by me. I chose you the day I found you. Remember who you are, what you are. You are Cabal. Cabal wait for nothing. You will take the light. Do what you swore, and give me the vengeance you promised. Look at me, student. Look at me.
I will do what I swore, old friend. I am Gaul, and I will take the light.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to change to my Arc subclass now for something a bit different. I unlocked another cape. I'll leave this one on because it's already on my Aniline shot. Now, the next mission is... We're almost at the end. I believe from memory we have 2 missions to go. Oh no, this might be the last one. Dun, dun, dun. I don't like my ship. My ship's not pretty. I shall get a better ship. I will have a better ship sometime soon. I assure you of that. But yes, we will be finishing the Red War campaign by the end of this stream. So I'm looking forward to that. So I can finally go to the tower and do my engrams, rather than having to go see Tyra Khan at the farm.
The Traveler. What's happening to it? Zavala, we're back and ready to go.
Sure, just ditch your ship. So Rasta will now be running Arc, which is the super everyone calls Lightning Hands, where it's a traveling super where it literally floats around everywhere and zaps everything.
The Traveler.
That's why we're here. To stop this.
The middle variation of Arc subclass is called Chaos Reach, one of my personal favorites.
We'll use the Vex teleporter to jump to the Traveler, if we make it there alive.
We've got your back.
Welcome back, Guardian. Glad you could join the party. Red Legion's using these energy barriers to funnel us into kill boxes. I can hack into the grid and knock it down for short stretches. Stand by.
So the great thing about Arc subclass that makes it unique is that it has something called an Arc Soul for the Warlock, where if you stand in their healing or empowering rift, you get a little being with you, like it's showing on my screen there, that does a little bit of extra shooting for you. It's like a little companion in a way. So my Arc subclass at the moment is using a melee ability called Combination Blow. When it activates for 20 seconds, I have increased melee range and increased melee damage. So I can one-shot most enemies when that's activated.
Heard that, Poncho.
So the fun thing about this mission is we have to wait for these barriers to be unlocked by Hawthorne. We've had a few missions where some Guardians have been there as well. Some of the ones on the EDZ.
What's your status?
Damn it! Next time you get to fix the Vex tech while being shot at.
Keep your head down, Cade. We're almost there.
Did you even hit him once with that sword? So where we are at the moment is the old last city. This is the last human city on Earth in existence. As you can see, not many humans. That's the Stormcaller super. As you can see there, it's quite powerful. It roams around and it does chain lightning between enemies.
Ikora and I have reached the rally point, but Cade is still wrestling with the teleporter.
I can either shoot or work on this thing, but not both, because they just shot off my arm!
Cade, we need that teleporter. We can't hold this position much longer.
They're coming at us from all sides. We need your help, Guardian.
The Traveler. Gaul found a way to drain its light. It's the only explanation. Guardian, we have to stop him. If he takes the light, it's over.
So with this part, there is two ways that you can continue. You can go on the side that I'm going on, or the side that Rasta is going on. Kill him, Rasta. I will catch up. The side that Rasta's on has more enemies, but as you just saw, the side that I am on has less maneuverability room to dodge enemy attacks. One thing you'll learn about this game, and you'll have to force yourself to love, is jumping puzzles. They are a huge part of this game, and you'll have to learn how to do jumping puzzles, and you have to learn how to like jumping puzzles.
One more. Hey! Don't shoot that!
Hello, friends.
Guardian, we can't make the jump. It's all on you now. Save the Traveler.
Let's dance.
You're on Gaul's command ship. As close to the Traveler as we can get you. Be brave. For all of us.
Doggies. See, my Arc one's better than yours. What? Hold on, let me see if I can open it. Well, no, you don't want to, because I won't let you in. Yeah, hopefully it will pull you through in a second, but I keep going. If not, looks like I'll be facing the last boss alone. You coming through?
There's the Traveler. We're getting close.
You caught up fast. So Transversive Steps is a Warlock exotic leg piece that you can use that increases your running and jumping. Yeah. So this is the final boss of the Red War campaign. Two guesses who that is. Don't.
Fitting your Traveler would send you to face me once more. Look,
so we've gone full circle. This is exactly the same point where Gaul kicked us off at the beginning of the campaign.
Annihilator of suns, Raiser of 1,000 worlds, Slayer of gods and conqueror of the light, I am Gaul! And I have become legend.
So Gaul has the power of the light, so we're screwed. You hope.
You won't escape me again. should have chosen me, but now it is too late. Look at your dead.
I need to hide, and I need to change my subclass. So for this, I recommend a subclass that does range damage via super. He's almost dead. Because of the golden guns, I got 2 precision shots on him. So these shiny spots give you all your superpower back. That is the solar super subclass for warlocks, which is called Dawnblade.
Sacrifice! Nothing of worth! No!
Yay! And now the Traveler's gonna do what it always does. Come in at the last moment and claim victory. And pretend like he was him all along.
Traveler, do you see me now? I am immortal. A god. You have failed. Witness the dawning of a new age.
Dun, dun, dun. So that is the Red War campaign done. Yeah! Celebrate. Possibly. But that's essentially the end of the Red War campaign. How is it sad? He took away our tower, kicked us off a ship, destroyed our light, and you're saying it's sad that he died? Well, no, now we've got Curse of Osiris and Warmind and Forsaken and Shadowkeep, and we've got plenty more to go through. And I bet that once I actually get up to Season of Arrivals, where we are now, it's going to be the new year by that time. Hey, Ruster. I just realized there's a giant dent in the tower. Pretty cool. I will explain the origin of the statue that we are referring to, or when we go to the tower. Exo Master Race.
The light lives in all places, in all things. You can block it, even try to trap it. But the light will find its way.
So Ruster, throughout some of my previous streams, I talked about how their reference to the light is similar to how Star Wars and Jedi's refer to the Force. You want to weigh in on that? Yeah, how my perspective is like how they talk about the light like it's a being, like it's a thing that runs through everything and everyone, and that's kind of like similar to the Force in a way. Exactly. That was a very, very quick weigh in on that important topic. Thank you for your contribution. Don't say too much. We're going to go through the story in chronological order. We're not going to jump ahead. I sure hope not. What video is this? Yes. Oh, I didn't think of that, yeah. That's the Dreadnought from Destiny 1. It's been so long since I've done this, so this is all like exciting for me still. Has this video always been there? No, like, if that video's always been at the end of Red War, I'm just like, how did I not notice that before? There's a giant ship just sitting there. That's pretty cool. So the Traveler is to blame for all of our heartache and sorrow. Traveler, stop waking up. Just stay dead. So now we're just flying to the tower, dealing with the end of the Red War campaign, which is apparently I have to talk to Soraya. Apparently she wants to say g'day. Then we're done. But yes, it's been fun going through the Red War campaign again. It's been quite some time since I've done that. Probably over a year since I've done that on a new character. But yeah, as I mentioned in the very, very first stream, if you are going to go through the Red War campaign and all the campaigns are going through now, do so soon, because as soon as September 22nd hits, the first three or four campaigns, 3 definitely, maybe 4, will be vaulted. So what that means is that they're going to be stored away and you won't be able to access them until if they bring it back later on. So what you want to do is you want to get on soon and make sure you go through those campaigns if that's something you want to do quickly. Potentially, but by then I'm assuming there'll be a Destiny 3 that everyone will be playing. That would be good. That would be good.
Chit-chat. Make way, everybody. Hero, coming through. So you Guardians are all about symbols, right? Warlocks, Titans...
Oh no, Soraya's going on a rampage.
I don't know how you keep track of it all.
She's talking, make her stop.
You understand that people need symbols to inspire them. You're in a clan, you know what I'm talking about. Repping a clan is just the start.
What's the bird's name?
Wherever you go. Make it the last thing the Legion sees before you put him down. Doesn't get more inspiration
Lewis.
than that.
I was going to say Fenchurch, but it's not Fenchurch. Alright, so let me find a good place to have a sit, and then we'll talk about the Red War campaign, and then we'll be closing up for the evening. So I think that's very good timing. We finished the Red War campaign basically right on 2-hour mark. That was timed nicely. So you get these moments where the tower goes into a loading screen. You kind of just freeze in the spot. You can do some Matrix moves there. But as you can see, I've got some people that want to talk to me. The gunsmith wants to talk to me. Rahul, the Cryptarch person, wants to talk to me. So I'll go to him because I want to get better weapons.
What cipher is this?
And he gave me a chest piece. How rude. Well, I guess it's not rude, it's a good chest piece. Very good chest piece. Stats of 64. Thanks, Rahul. Thanks, buddy.
Your return honors me, Guardian.
There's some things about Rahul that you may not know as well. On the directional pad, if you click right, you can sell some of your shaders. Let's say I want to sell 5 of these. And it gives you legendary shards and glimmer, which are in-game currency. You can also buy a legendary engram as well, if you want to. Well, let's see what the postmaster has for me.
By the new setup, Guardian.
Checking now.
Well, okay, there's quite a bit here.
Acknowledged. Check, check, check. Transferred.
Alright, so now let's go through some of the items that we just got. We've got quite a few. So we got it. So if you see the bits that are flashing, when you look at the menu, that means they're the bits that you just got that are new that you haven't looked at yet. So it's a great way to know which ones you need to look at and see if they're better. So I just got this scout rifle, which I'm going to put on. I've got 3 new weapons here, so pulse rifle, a shotgun, and a fusion rifle. I'll put on the fusion rifle because it's the highest light level. I got a new helmet, which I will put on. 2 new arm pieces, which I will put on, one of them. I'll leave my good vest on. And remember, you can dismantle your items for gunsmith materials and glimmer. And depending on what rank they are, you may actually get legendary shards from dismantling them as well. So for example, that's a legendary item, and I got some legendary shards, which you'll see behind my face there, from dismantling a legendary item. Got some leg pieces, which I don't need, so I'll dismantle those. Got a new cape, which I will put that one on because it's a bit better. Now I'm back to being a colourful hunter again. Fully colourful. What I'm going to do now, before I close it off, I'm going to colour everything. Ah yes, something that I forgot to mention, with legendary armor pieces, when you're changing the colour of them, you can also change what they look like, which is called ornaments. So these are previous armor pieces armor sets that I've had, that I can change my current armor to look like that armor piece. So if you have a particular design that you like, you can apply that design and it will keep it for you. Now I'm just going to do 44 steel, just as a random, put 44 steel on my armor pieces. I have no idea how this is going to turn out because I've got 5 different pieces of armor from 5 different sort of sets. So it's going to be very interesting. But because I've got Virtuous helmet, I'm going to put a Virtuous vest on. So it's actually not looking that bad, it's just looking very rusty in a way. There we go, my 44 steel hunter, which actually looks quite good. Don't mind that at all. Alright, let's recap. Let's go sit and recap.
We drove the Red Legion out. The Saint never comes home.
Alrighty, so we have been through the Red War campaign. We have met all of the main characters to set up any future campaign. So we've met the 3 Vanguards, who are Zavala, who's the Vanguard for the Titans, Cade, who is the Vanguard for the Hunters, and Ikora, who is the Vanguard of the Warlocks. We have also met Soraya, who is the clan leader. You can call her a Vanguard of the clan if you want. We've got Shax over there that you can see in the distance. He's the Crucible handler. We've got Master Rahul over there, Gunsmith in there where that symbol is. The Drifter downstairs. We've got not Eva, Eververse, and Tess Everest over here who has access to the paid item store that I mentioned in my first and second stream. Caddy 5530, who is the postmaster, and then over up here, I won't go all the way down there, we have Amanda, Holiday, and Saint 14. So we've gone through quite a bit with this campaign, but that's basically all the introduction you need to Destiny to start off trying to understand the future parts of the storyline. Because everything kind of reflects back to the Red War campaign in some way or one way or another. So going forward with that knowledge, you can easily go into this game and be able to tackle any of the future story missions and have a general idea of what to do. Going forward, I will be tackling the next campaign on Wednesday for my Destiny stream on Wednesday, which is the Curse of Osiris campaign based on the planet of Mercury, which is currently a machine world. So if you want to join me for that one, please come in and join me. And if you want to jump in on the stream with me and play along the missions, please feel free to do so, as well as Rasta Oz has joined me here. But that's all from me tonight, so I wish you all a great week ahead, and thank you for joining me.